I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Alexandrov, the CEO of CoinPayments. Alex, welcome to the show, and it's a pleasure to see you again, man.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. Likewise.
You're very welcome. Let's kick this off by learning a little bit about CoinPayments for those who don't know yet. Could you give us a quick overview of the company, when it started, and what are the solutions that you guys are currently providing?
Right. So CoinPayments got started in 2013. It started off as a forum community-driven system to allow people to pay with more than just Bitcoin at a time. And it's grown into a platform now that supports over 1,100 digital currencies, allowing different assets classes in the digital world to be able to use as payments for anything from buying stocks online to paying for video games and the kinds of stuff. Including the also brick and mortar stores that now allow it through POS integrations into their devices.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've actually, taken a look. EventChain has integrated CoinPayments. I know you guys are integrated with Overstock.com.
Yep.
I've seen a variety of plugins for like Shopify, WordPress, all of this kind of stuff. Maybe you could explain to the vendors that are interested, how easy is it really to go from learning about CoinPayments to now accepting cryptocurrency for your products and services?
Well, our system is designed to be very easy to use. So I think from the learning curve, it's pretty simple. If you ever set up a WordPress website or running a WordPress website, you're already overqualified, to do this job. So it's designed to be as easy as integrating PayPal into things. So we kind of think of ourselves like almost like a crypto PayPal. We use all the plugins are pre-made for anyone to just drop into their website and start accepting payments. Sign up process is super easy. If you ever signed up for any email service, which most people in the world who are online have some sort of email address, it wouldn't be any more sophisticated than that. The only level of sophistication required is basically finding out which coins you actually want to accept, because generally our vendors don't accept all 1,100. It's a little intense.
Yeah.
But you get to pick what you like, and then you get to pick what you get to convert into what you like as a result. And then that's where people kind of get lost in the configurations, and it depends on how much time you want to spend configuring all those little details. But if you just leave it as default, you will accept, I believe, 50 coins by default automatically, and it will convert into one coin that you like, or keep it as is. So again, the setup is super easy, and as complex as you want it to be. It depends on how you are with the settings.
That's great. And just to clarify a little bit further, it's very easy to accept the coins, but then those vendors have to if they're either going to cash out or they're going to store the coins. And I believe that you guys have a full, wallet system that stores all of these coins. Do you guys have like cold storage for the coins on CoinPayments website, or how do the vendors keep their coins safe?
Yeah, so our system automatically keeps cold storage allocation. I believe at this point is 80% to 20%. Fluxes all the time depending on the use case and how much daily withdrawals we see to facilitate actual normal usage, and then the rest is kept offline for security reasons. On top of that, we introduced a vault function. So if a merchant wants to keep it in Tether or any kind of stable coin, because I believe we have the largest stable coin support of any payment processor right now in crypto. We also allow people accept payments directly in stable coins. So right now the market's a little unstable, so that we're finding a lot of vendors are switching to that right now, but I'm kind of segueing into that a little bit. Essentially with any Bitcoin or any coins that you keep in our system, you can vault it, and when you vault it, that automatically puts it into cold storage for you. So essentially then if you want to unvault it, it takes about 24 hours for our tech to literally bring it back online for you. Until then, they're locked away. And what we're doing now, we've been working for, better half of this year, writing the new multi-signature system that will come into effect. We're hoping really soon. We're just doing an audit right now with a couple independent firms to confirm that as we roll out the tech, it is safe to use, and it's been audited by a third party, not just ourselves, who are obviously a little bit biased when we write our own code. So that will ensure that users will have keys on their own. We have two keys, one with us and one with a recovery service company that's been independent from CoinPayments. So that way you need 2 out of 3 in order to do any transactions, and you can do 3 out of 5 and so on and so forth. But the base level will be 2 out of 3. So that's the new upgrade that we're working towards.
That's great. That's awesome. And I know a lot of people that are just getting into cryptocurrency, they're curious that, the security of the coins, and they've heard things. So it's great. It's comforting to hear that you guys have a security system in place. Now, you mentioned that you guys started in 2013, and I know you guys have done a lot of business growth in the last few years, especially in the last probably since 2015 and on. How big is the company now? How many vendors are you guys using? Like, is this being used all around the world?
Yeah, so we're right now in 196 countries. I don't know how many more there are left. Um, so I mean, I'm pretty sure like now. I think it's more of expanding and building that user base. But we definitely, wherever there's internet, we're there essentially. Um, that said, vendors wise, it's a rule of 90-10, right? So basically 10% of your vendors do most of your volume.
Hmm.
That very much applies to us as well. So even though we have about 2.5 million users in total, when it comes down to merchants, let's say, 200,000 active merchants that are really doing all the volume and all the activity. The rest are just kind of logging in once in a while to check their wallet and do some minor interactions and things like that. So that would be kind of still applicable in our industry as well.
Hmm. Sounds great. Good for you guys. So, if there are investors, VCs, fund managers, or other people that are looking to get involved with CoinPayments and your guys' initiatives, are you guys conducting any more financing or growing to the next stage? Where are you guys at?
We're constantly growing. That's actually, it's great and it's painful at the same time because we constantly have to scale up, hire new people, and expand. Even in the low market right now, we're actually expanding our team because we've been smart in tethering things in the right times, which kind of helped us a lot during these moments. That said, next year it's going to be huge for us, or this year actually. Never mind, we're in 2019 now. Just kind of realized that it's already a new year. So this year we're actually very, very excited about. I believe crypto is going to make a huge comeback this year. We're getting closer to Litecoin halving in August and then Bitcoin halving next May. Not this year, but the following year. So I think no matter what, there's going to be a return of interest, and usually these events trigger revival of the market. So hopefully this time it's no different, and that will kind of, I mean, what we've noticed every time the Bitcoin starts to rise or Ethereum starts to rise or any of those major coins starts to rise, the users influx, it grows tremendously, volumes expand tremendously, right? So those are the moments we really sit here and prepare for, because while it's the slow times, it's kind of the times that we use to build out the tech, prepare for scalability and everything else. And when we get hammered and everything just fails, right? So we have to make sure that we're prepared for the next round of such event. And you'll remember last November, the year before, actually, not the previous one. But anyway, that time was pretty crazy. The fees went up through the roof. Nobody was ready for that. It was just so many service providers were just not able to handle the volume, right? We survived through it, thankfully. It was a good learning experience, and now learning from that, we're preparing for the next one ahead of it.
That's great. And yeah, I believe that, the real players are working the hardest during the bear markets, and that's how they get ahead. So good for you guys. So speaking of hard questions and bear markets, maybe you could touch on some blockages or, roadblocks that you guys have in limitations on the way to achieving your goals. Are you guys succumbing to any limitations right now?
I'm not sure I understand the question fully completely.
Sure. Do you guys have any, limitations or roadblocks, or is everything smooth sailing, in 2019, or do you guys anticipate some hard challenges to overcome?
Right. Well, in this industry, everything's a challenge at times. You're starting from regulations down to, coins getting 51% of tax or random forks that people don't notify you about on the smaller chains. So it's a never-ending battle. I wouldn't recommend anyone to get in this industry unless they're prepared to stay up 24 hours a day and lose their sleep. But it is rewarding if you love it. So for us, we don't look at it as challenges. It's part of what we do. It's something that we love. Every single person in our company has grown up with crypto since about 2011 onwards. So it's sort of in our blood now. So this insanity, which will shock anybody coming into this industry now, for us, it seems quite normal. The only thing that I do see is a slight challenge is trying to understand how they're going to imply the sanctions lists. to cryptocurrency operators. So everybody's kind of right now looking at that and trying to figure out like what the heck are they going to do and how we have to respond to that and what is the right move here. So we're dealing with a lot of on the legal side. We've had to scale up on how much we spend on legal advice. So that would be the only challenge. But it's it's like any other challenge. We will learn and adapt and kind of deal with what's thrown at us.
That's great. Yeah, and I guess it's just the natural course of business. It's always going to take 3 times longer than you think and cost 3 times more.
Exactly. Yeah.
So 2019, we're here at the beginning. What are your guys' plans for the roadmap and your milestones in the next 6 months or throughout this year?
So, like I said, we're planning to roll out the multi-sig system. We're hoping to get it done by the end of Q1 of this year. That's obviously contingent on all the audits being how we want them to be, right? The results being positive and everything else. And if anything's found, it'll take us a little longer to adjust, re-audit, and come back out. So my goal right now is Q1 for that. We're also implementing a lot more tighter integrations with conversion for coins. So right now we're using Shapeshift and Changely. We're seeing a lot more other players emerging in the space. We're also directly working now with some of the exchanges to try to work directly to lower the cost and create more robust system for our users as more and more merchants are requiring it. So there's going to be more service expansion. We're also rolling out a new multi-sig app as well, which will allow people to hold their private keys for the cold storage that they can contain themselves versus trusting our vault system, which I think is the right direction in the crypto industry. And also we're getting closer to getting more and more financial licensing and kind of coming out more of a mainstream payment processor over the next year. I'm not going to reveal too much, but we're working in a lot of jurisdictions right now to accomplish a few great things in that direction.
Awesome. Great. I'm looking forward to that. And that's very exciting to hear that you guys are doing mobile apps as well. So that's all the time we have right now. Thank you for your time, Alex. If there are vendors, which I know there are many, that are looking to start accepting cryptocurrency, what is the best way for them to learn more about CoinPayments, to talk to the team, and get involved?
So the best thing is to go on our website, just open an account. It takes 30 seconds really to get going. And then depending on what you need, you'll kind of dive into configuration. If you want to learn more about it, we have a detailed tutorial online on how to integrate your store into CoinPayments step by step. We have YouTube videos that can be easily searched and found. All the resources generally are available on our website as well. And like I said, it's super easy, so you shouldn't have too many problems. And if you do, you can always message our support team that's over there 24/7. They'll answer any questions you have.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you for your time, Alex. I'm looking forward to catching your updates in our next interview in the coming months. And until then, good luck.
Thanks, Ashton. Appreciate it.